Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It's once again Stevie B at PTC, and we're here for another exciting episode of PTC Live. This is going to be fun. I'm here today with one of my dear friends and colleagues, Miss Christina Knight, who is now the department head for engineering technology. And we'll tell you a little bit more about those programs and what they are. But Christina, how are you?
I'm doing great, Steve. How about you?
I'm doing very good. What's going on down there in engineering technology?
So we're pretty busy down here. We got classes going. We're actually back live in classes, which is awesome. And we're just rolling along with the semester.
Well, we're going to talk today about your programs, and specifically, we're going to talk about mechanical engineering technology, electronic engineering technology, and engineering design. All great programs with great prospects for employability and salary earnings and exciting careers. So tell us a little bit about engineering technology. Give us the broad overview.
Well, engineering technology basically touches everyday life. If you are riding down the street on a bicycle, in a car, on a train, on a plane, engineering technology has been involved in that. If you're living in a house, an apartment, a trailer, even a cardboard box, engineering technology has had a part in that. So pretty much everyday life, even something as simple as an ink pen, engineering technology has had a part in getting that stuff to the stores or built, or it just affects everyday life.
Right. And so could you provide a general description of MET, EDT, and EET? And I say the acronyms just to get on people's nerves a little bit because I want you to explain to them.
All right, so MET is our mechanical engineering technology program. With mechanical engineering, they get a little touch of a CAD system. They also get a little touch of how to program and machine on CNCs or CAM machines. They learn a little bit about electronics, a little bit about PLCs, but then they go into the mechanical classes like statics, dynamics, thermodynamics, and machine design. So that's where they're getting their mechanical aspects of it. EET, which is our electronic engineering technology, of course, since it's electronics, they will go more into PLCs, AC, DC circuits, power. They will learn Ohm's law, which is huge, basically learning how current flows and voltages flow. So they're more on the electronic side of things. And then engineering design, which is our EDT program, they learn how to design things. And we teach the three basic programs that we teach is AutoCAD, Inventor, and SolidWorks, which is CAD programs. But they also get a little touch of the CAD CAM, the statics, and we also dabble a lot into the 3D prototyping and stuff. So we have a lot of 3D printers down here, things like that.
Oh, wow. So it's safe to say that our students have a full indoctrination into the engineering technology spectrum. But that terminology in and of itself, engineering technology, is engineering technology different from engineering? Can you clear that up for us?
All right, so the difference between engineering and engineering technology, most of our students that go into the engineering technology program will end up starting off like, technicians or drafters or things like that, but they can move up into, like, let's say, for example, one of our big employers is Eaton. They do move them up into engineering positions as they further their degree. And I know we'll talk a little bit about furthering their degree later on in this session, but the technology, you just don't have to do calculus as much. So that's why a lot of people want to go in the technology side, because you don't have to do the calculus.
That's excellent. So I'm going to let you lead us into a conversation about your mechanical engineering, electronic engineering, and engineering design programs, talking about things like salary, opportunity, and those things. So share that information with us at this time now.
All right. So with most of our programs as far as salary is pretty level, but it is kind of wide range because our students can kind of, if they come through our engineering program, they can kind of go anywhere. They can go into an engineering position, but I've got students in sales that travel. I've got people that's in maintenance. I've got people that, like I said, are in engineering. We even have some of our students that have went back and got their bachelor's degree and are plant managers. So with the mechanical engineering, the state of South Carolina says that you can make between like about $37,900 to about $80,000. Most of our students before the pandemic was coming through. They came straight out of high school without any experience, and they would go out making around $18 to $20, $21 an hour. After the pandemic, I haven't got those numbers back yet, but there is a need out there. With electronic engineering, the state says between $35,600 and $93,900. So you can kind of see how wide range these things are. But again, those electronic engineering, some of our students came back and said $20 to $25 an hour, depending on what kind of experience they have. Because we have different types of students. We have students that come straight out of high school, and then we have some students that have been in industry before. So that does play, on their salary. And then engineering design, the state of South Carolina says that they make $45,600 to $81,100. Well, most of our students, it's usually about $20 or $21 an hour. Pre-pandemic is usually what most of our students are going out getting. So I think that's pretty good to come straight out of high school and do 5 semesters, which is 21 months at Piedmont Tech, and then go out and start making $20 to $21 an hour. And then, you go back and get your 4-year degree, and that pay just keeps on going up. I've got one student that came back and got his 4-year degree, and he's making 6 figures right now. So it's very nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. Our students, the majority of our students come from our service districts: Greenwood, Lawrence, Edgefield, Abbeville, McCormick, Newberry, and Saluda. Are there jobs in our service districts where our students are being placed, or are they having to move to Tennessee, Georgia, Florida? I mean, I know those opportunities are available, but sometimes our students want to stay as close to home as possible. What are the opportunities in our areas?
We have some awesome opportunities in all 7 counties. Like you said, Lawrence, Greenwood, Saluda. I have students working in all 7 counties. A lot of students working in all 7 counties, from big companies like Eaton, Lonza, Velux, Prisium, Flexible Technologies, Samsung, Kraft, Amex Farms. So just to name a few, we got 3D Design Quest, which is a small company, BMW, which is kind of outside of our area a little bit, but Piedmont CMG, which is up in Ware Shoals. So, I mean, we have a lot of opportunities as far as work in our counties, but also Greenville is a short drive and Columbia is a short drive. I've had students move to Charlotte, Asheville, Charleston. I mean, you name. I've got one student that's in Tennessee that I know. I think I've got one student working in California. So yeah, we got it around here in the 7 counties, but we also got them all over the world too. So
engineering technology travels.
It does. Anywhere you go.
You talked a little bit earlier about the going back to get your bachelor's degree in engineering. So those transfer agreements that we have, talk about the opportunities that our students have with 4-year institutions to continue their engineering technology degree and turn that into a Bachelor of Science in engineering.
All right. So first of all, our EET and our EDT programs are ABET accredited. So that really helps when you're looking at transferring, because when they're accredited programs, they're easier to transfer into a 4-year college. But we offer 2, one here on campus, and we offer one. They're mostly online, or you can go to their campus. So one of them is USC Upstate. That is an engineering management technology degree. So how that one works is you come here, you get your 2-year degree in one of the 3 programs, the engineering, electronic engineering, mechanical, or engineering design, and they will take your hours that you took at Piedmont Tech, transfer them up there, and you'll do another 2 years there with them, either online or on their campus. And then you'll come out with a bachelor's degree in engineering management technology. It's a great opportunity. We have several students do it, and they are very successful. Then we have another program, which is South Carolina State University. The great thing about that one is you never have to leave Piedmont Tech's campus. Another great thing about it is with our mechanical program, our own instructor teaches those classes. So if you went through the mechanical program and then you go through the mechanical bachelor's program, you will have the same instructor for all of those classes, which is great because you don't have to make the transition from one instructor to the other. So with that one, like I said, it's South Carolina State University, and it's for our electronic engineering technology and our mechanical engineering technology. Now, just here recently, South Carolina State also approved a mechatronics engineering degree. So it dropped the technology. So our students can also go through that as well, and that one's going to be offered on our campus as well. So like I said, basically what you do is you go through your 2-year degree here, those classes transfer to South Carolina State, then you take your extra South Carolina State classes, and you might have to take a few more gen ed classes at Piedmont Tech, and then you come out with either a mechanical engineering technology degree, electrical engineering technology degree, or a mechatronics engineering degree. I promise you, like if you go through that mechatronics engineering degree, that will be one of the cheapest and best engineering degrees that you could get. It'll be the best bang for your buck. Because, I mean, our students, they could go through here almost tuition free. You know, if they are on the Greenwood Promise, Lawrence Promise, Life, they could go through and get their 2-year degree pretty much free. And then I always encourage our students, get a job after you get your 2-year degree, because most of your companies will pay for you to come back and get your 4-year degree. They'll support that 4-year degree. They want you to continue your education. So then they pay for it. Then you come out with your bachelor's degree pretty much free, debt free, and great money. So it's great opportunities.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're all looking for, is opportunities to get educated, do something we love, go out and find a job, and be able to make a good living for ourselves. And engineering technology continues to be one of the fastest growing and most employable fields that we have, and particularly in our industrial area, Southern County region. So those degrees do carry an awful lot of weight, so to speak. They're heavy on opportunity. Talk about how you go about getting your degree. The students have to go to these come to the college campuses. Are there online opportunities? Given what we're dealing with now with COVID and other things, we've all had to be flexible. How does that work with engineering technology?
So our engineering technology programs are housed on the Greenwood campus. Since COVID, like you said, we've gotten really creative the way we roll things out. All your gen eds besides your physics can be taken fully online. So if you wanted to take your math, your Englishes, your psychologies, your electives, you could take all those online. We do offer a day and a night program. So if you're a working adult and you wanted to come back at night, you could come back at night. If you work at night and want to come during the day, we offer a full daytime program as well. We offer all of our classes either live, traditional, which lecture lab in class on campus. And we also offer them hybrid, which means that your lectures are typically online. You come on campus to get your labs. With of course, the engineering technology programs, it's very important to get the students in here and get their hands on things. Because when they hit the floor and when they graduate, we want them to be ready to work, ready for that workforce. So we put the cutting edge tools in their hands to do that. We've got a lot of great things down here, and the students get to play. I say play, they're learning while they're playing, but it's fun. So they come down here and they use all this equipment And so that's why it's really important for us to get the students on campus to actually get this stuff in their hands. But we do have some programs that they could actually do online, but our program is not fully online.
Okay, great. I want to touch a little bit again and make sure I covered this in terms of opportunities to complete their bachelor's degrees. I'm an engineering technology student. I want to get a degree from South Carolina State, or I want to get a degree from USC Upstate. Do I have to go to those campuses to get that degree, or what available options do I have to pursue a 4-year degree without having to leave home and travel to other campuses?
So the South Carolina State program you can complete it completely on Piedmont Tech's campus. You never have to go to South Carolina State. That one is completely here on campus. The USC Upstate one, from my understanding, they were trying to transition everything to online. And I feel certain probably after COVID they have. I haven't touched base with Tim Ellis up there, but he's their advisor up there and he's great. But he was transitioning everything online. So that one you may have to go to the campus, but probably I think most of it's online.
Great.
But the South Carolina State one is completely on Piedmont Tech's campus. So you never have to leave Greenwood if you don't want to.
Excellent.
Or you have the option to go to South Carolina State and take the classes. So it's really up to you. But
it's always great to have those options. Job outlook. We know that's the thing. When you're teaching in a hands-on, as I call them, profession, where you go out, you have a set of marketable skills. Now you want to put those skills to use for the money. Talk about the opportunities that students have. What's the job outlook been like for your students? Job placement, those types of statistics.
Our job placement usually hovers 100%. Right now, I have 5 companies that have contacted me looking for graduates, and fortunately, I could say that all my graduates are working in the field. Unfortunately, I have no one to send them. So what we try to do is we're working with companies to try to get on the front end of this. So we're trying, matter of fact, I've got companies coming in, talking to our class, trying to get on the front end of this. That way they could probably take like an apprenticeship or something when the students first start, and they could start working with their company and also go on and continue their education through Piedmont Tech to get their degree. That way they have an educated employee when they graduate. So we are working closely with companies to do that. But right now, market's booming. People's needing employees. And I mean, like I said, we've got 100% placement rate right now. And I'm looking for some graduates. I'm looking for some students to put them through this program to get them out there and get them working. The great thing about engineering technology, it's awesome because you get to actually go to work and I don't want to say play, but you get to go in there and you get to play with the fun technology. So it's not like you're going to work to work. You're going to work it's like a hobby. So, and I always tell my students, I'm like, do something that you love to do. So, you go to work and you work with all this grand technology and the latest and greatest stuff. It's fun. So you never work a day in your life. You just get paid for it.
I remember the old analogy that one of my mentors had when I was in high school and transitioning to college. And they always said, find something you love to do and figure out how to make a living at it. And if you're someone with capacities for math and engineering, and that's another question. Do I have to be a great math student to become an engineer?
You don't have to be a great math student. Math is very important in engineering. Sure. Of course, I mean, you've always heard it, but I mean, Piedmont Tech is equipped with great faculty members that wherever you're at, we meet you there. So, if you're not good at math, we have classes that you could take to get you where you need to be. So, you may have to take 3 or 4 extra classes to get to our math classes, but we've got fabulous faculty members here that will get you there. That's the great thing about a technical college is you meet the student where they're at. They don't have to be you don't have to be in calculus to come in engineering, so it does help. Don't get me wrong. If you're great at math, it does help. but you can still do it with our faculty member. Steve, I tell people all the time, and I'll argue it until the day I die. I work in the best department on Piedmont Tech's campus. I've got great faculty members. They do everything they possibly can for their students. They will help them. Their doors are always open. Matter of fact, they are always here. During the pandemic, when we were still running classes, we had limited people on campus and stuff. We were here. We were some of the few faculty members that were here, bringing in a few students at a time just to get their hands on this technology. Keeping that safe distance and things, keeping our students safe, but also still educating them. So, they are here day and night. Typically, if they're not supposed to be here, they're still here. So I told them, I'm like, I'm just going to get y'all a cot. You sleep here.
I remember when we had the Genesis program on campus, and engineering technology was one of our focuses. Our guys that were in that program did really, really well. And the one thing that they all said when we would have them in our individual counseling meetings, educational counseling meetings, and talking about, their success plan, they would always say, to your benefit and the rest of the staff, is that whatever assistance we needed, we always got it, and that our faculty members were always available. So I just want to throw that out there from a personal perspective, having had worked with your programs and your faculty before, that there is the legacy of great faculty-student interaction that really sets your program apart. Also,
we're definitely family down here. So we know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I understand y'all have a lot of fun down there too.
We have a lot of fun down here. So we pretty much know probably more than we need to know about our students, because they come in and they share all the time. But it's nice to know that they're that comfortable with us. But if they're going through crises, we're going to be the first people they reach out to. Like over the break and over this COVID, I had some students that had some crises, and the first thing they did was they sent me a message to say, hey, can you call me? So they may call you up on the phone crying and saying, hey, I can't do this. And you just talk them through them. You pump them up. And then by the end of the day, they're like, I can do this. So, we are that support system. We are their backbone. And, they're comfortable with us. Like I said, we're a family down here, and we look out for them. So we want them all to succeed.
In engineering technology, your programs have traditionally had a broad range of age demographics. You've got a lot of traditional age students, but also your programs tend to have, correct me if I'm wrong, tend to have a number of students who are what we would consider older students that have been working in industry. They're coming back for retraining, for advancement in positions that they already have. Is that still the norm?
That is still the norm. So we still have our fresh students straight out of high school, your traditional college student, but we also have our seasoned students too. That's what I like to call them, is our seasons. I don't consider them old, because I'm seasoned too. So we do have our seasoned ones, and usually what happens is our younger ones come in the day, our seasoned ones come at night. But sometimes they flip flop and they interact, and I think it's great to have those younger people along with our seasoned people to interact, because they bring so much different diversity to the table, and it's amazing to see them interact with each other, and with team projects and the different ideas, and the young ones are like, oh, let's do this. And the old ones are like, well, that's not going to work. And they're like, well, why not? And then they start, showing the experience on them. So it's a great dynamic.
One of the things about technical education that has always been a bright light for me is that the hands-on aspect of it. In certain departments, we start talking about our other departments on campus, and they'll start talking about the things that they have, the new equipment. But I understand you guys have a lot of new toys down there in engineering technology as well. Let's talk about some of that amazing available technology now that you have down there. I hear y'all got things down there like some new lasers and all that kind of stuff.
So We have been very fortunate and very blessed with all the new technology that we have gotten. So we're very blessed with 3D printers. We have several 3D printers of different types. I could probably think of, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 6, 7, 8 3D printers. So that's a great tool to put in your student's hand, because if they're trying to design something or they're trying to build something, like one project they have to do, they have to build like a factory. And so I'm gonna take one of them. They was trying to make a cup of coffee, and basically no human touches it. So they had to build this factory that made a cup of coffee. So they needed a hopper to hold the sugar, and they needed a hopper to hold the creamer. And then they needed something to mix it. Well, we didn't have those tools in our classroom, so the students designed those things. We 3D printed them on the 3D printer so they could actually add it to their factory. So it's a great experience that they see, oh, well, we can do this, we can print it, we can prototype it, see if it works, and then you put it in production. Another thing that we have is laser engraver. We have a nice laser engraver. So they get to touch that usually in the summertime, where they get to design things on the laser engraver and stuff. We have a plasma cutter, which they get to cut metals and stuff on. We have a casting lab, which that's one of the favorite things that the students get to play. Usually we run that one in the summer. I don't know how we ended up with that one on the summer, but it's hot and the casting's hot, and but that's just when the students need it. But the students, they don't complain. They get out there and they cast and they enjoy it, and they'll come running over to my office and show me what they 3D printed and what they cast, and they're all excited about it. We also have some tabletop CNC machines over here, so they actually get to learn G codes and how to program that and how to run the CNC machine. And they come up with some pretty cool designs, because what we do is we don't really limit their design. We're like, design whatever you want to. So this summer I had one, she designed a Mickey Mouse head. And so they put a lot of time, effort, and pride in their work. And then they get to play, like you said, with the latest and greatest technology. It's awesome.
I'm thinking about laser engravers, and I'm wondering if I could be the coolest guy on the golf course, if I could bring my golf clubs down and have them engraved Steve Coleman.
I think we need to do Stevie B.
I like that. Christina, is there anything else you'd like to add about your programs that we haven't covered? Anything that jumps out that says, hey, we need to talk about this, and you didn't ask me, Steve?
No, I just want to put it out there that we have great state-of-the-art programs here. We have great job placement and opportunities. We also have opportunities for continuing your education. And if you didn't like the 2 bachelor's degrees that we have students that explore other options as well. And like I said, with our 2 programs being ABET accredited, it's easier to make that transition. So I just think that, basically, I came out of the Piedmont Tech system. I believe in it. This is where I started. Enjoyed every minute of it. It got me started on my career. So I am a firm believer in Piedmont Tech, and I will back Piedmont Tech probably until my last breath. So I'm a firm believer that you need to start at Piedmont Tech, and just, whether it's engineering, technology, or any of our other programs, because we have such great faculty and staff here.
That's great. Christina, thank you so much for coming on and chilling with me today. I'm glad to talk to you as always. We have a great time. We've been friends and comedy buddies for so long, but the serious business of education is something that we share as well. I'm a firm believer in our college as well, and the fact that we offer an education to everybody and we make it affordable for everyone. And then there's people like yourself and others who are always here with a hands-on experience to help people be successful. So shout out to engineering technology, shout out to Christina Knight and the staff of the engineering technology department. It's me, Stevie B at PTC, bringing you another episode of fantastic information about our wonderful college and the opportunities that it provides our students. We'll see you next time on PTC Live.